Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 23, 2024. And of course, the program is Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Gopa, your host on the program. We have five papers in our menu for review on this segment of the show, starting with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. We have Daily Sun, The Punch, Vanguard, and THISDAY newspaper as we review their front headline stories today, Tuesday, April 23, 2024. We'd like to flag off with Nigeria's most influential Leadership. Leadership's headline story says state policing. IGP CSOs object as Tinubu Jonathan Abdulsalami give nod. We are ready to decentralize force presidency. IGP kicks wants NSDC FROSC merged as police department. Nigeria can't have internal security without state police. Jonathan Abdulsalami. I'll take that headline story once again. Of course, this what is the headline story that is gracing the covers of some other select newspapers this Tuesday. State policing. IGP CSOs object as Tinubu Jonathan Abdulsalami give nod. We are ready to decentralize force presidency. IGP kicks wants NSCDC FROSC merged as police department. Nigeria can't have internal security without state police. Jonathan Abdulsalami. The headline story, main headline story today on Leadership. Beside that, we have Tinubu off to Netherlands, Saudi Arabia on official visit. Binance executive who escaped from Nigeria arrested in Kenya. Foreigners illicit arms driving terrorism in Nigeria, NSA, that is National Security Advisor. Edo Guba campaigns kick off Wednesday. Court vacates order suspending Ganduje as APC national chairman. And on the business boss, federal government orders sale of discos managed by banks, APCON within 3 months. Federal government orders sale of discos managed by banks, APCON within 3 months. And above the masthead of Leadership, Obi says coastal superhighway project not a priority now. Ondo APC receives 3 petitions over party primary. With that, we move to the page 3 of the paper where we have our permanent page, our stand. Today's stand is still on human rights violations. From our stand, we move to the back page of the paper where we have guest column with Jude Ndikwe. Jude is writing on mass abductions and diminishing effects of negotiations on the north. So with that, we conclude today's review of Leadership. For continuation of the column, back page column with our guest columnist Jude Ndikwe, with the continuation of the stand, the editorial on today's Leadership, and continuation of headline stories today on the cover of Leadership and inside stories. Log on to the website of Leadership, www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, we move to Daily Sun. Daily Sun's main headline story says, Tinubu keeps open mind as Jonathan backs state police. Tinubu keeps open mind as Jonathan backs state police. And the riders. President says he awaits recommendations. Arrangement not negotiable, says former president. Nigeria not right for it, IGP wants. Of course, we have the picture of the summit, the security summit that took place yesterday, also making it to the cover of Leadership and Daily Sun and other papers we have on our menu. President says he awaits recommendations. Arrangement not negotiable, says former president. Nigeria not right for it, IGP warns. These are the riders beneath the main headline story today on Daily Sun. Tinubu keeps open mind as Jonathan backs state police. Beneath that, we have external funding of illegal mining fuels terrorism. Federal government calls for regional standby force. First Bank appoints Alebiosu as MD. Obi raises concerns over Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project. calls it misplaced priority that may not be completed in 30 years. Government to peg entry age into tertiary institutions at 18. ASU NAPTAN affed fourth proposal. NEC transfers regulatory oversight of Enugu and the electricity market to Enugu Electricity Commission. Ganduje's suspension. Kano High Court vacates restraining order, sets April 30 for hearing. Ganduje's suspension. Kano High Court vacates restraining order, sets April 30 for hearing. Federal government to take over debt reading discourse in 3 months. Senate plans investigative hearing on tariffs. Bayelsa Guba, tribunal reserves judgment in Silva's petition against Diri. And the last story on Daily Sun is the one beside the masthead. Herdsmen kill 3 in renewed attack in Benue. And of course, that concludes the review of headline stories today on Daily Sun newspaper. For more, log on to the website www.sunnynewsonline.com. From Daily Sun, we have Vanguard newspaper next for review. Vanguard's main headline story says, IGP kicks as ex-president orders back state police. Nigeria not ready, mature for state police, IGP. We can't manage internal security without state police, Jonathan. Governors must be transparent, General Abubakar. It must be free from politics, ethno-religious extremism, Akpabio. Tinubu says, my resolve to enhance Nigeria's security unwavering. The riders beneath the headline story, IGP kicks as ex-president orders back state police. Meanwhile, 5 children suffocate in abandoned vehicle. Court vacates order suspending Ganduje. Coastal Superhighway project misplaced priority, Obi. And in sports, Team Nigeria can surpass Atlanta Olympics 2 gold medals in Paris, NOC scribe. Which takes us to the news above the masthead of Vanguard. 200 billion naira intervention fund. Federal government begins disbursement to MSMEs, manufacturers. And the story runs on page 19 of Vanguard. Underneath that headline story, we also have, we are under bandit siege. Kaduna local government begs federal government. Tinubu says terrorism is evil, must be banished in Africa. We have resumed prosecution of Boko Haram suspects, Ribadu. Okwama Ewu, help, we are dying in the forest. Displaced residents beg Oborewori, the Delta State governor. And of course, that concludes the review of Vanguard newspaper today, Tuesday, April 23, 2024. For continuation of these headline stories, you log on to the website www.vanguardngr.com. From Vanguard, we move to THISDAY newspaper. THISDAY's main headline story today says, Tinubu, external funding fueling illegal mining terrorism in Africa. Tinubu, external funding fueling illegal mining terrorism in Africa. Says global community owes continent duty in fight against illegal activities. Calls for regional counter-terrorism center to combat terrorism. Stresses Africa must address social injustice, poverty. President approves recomposition of NSWG for Neiti. The story runs on page 23 of THISDAY newspaper. Of course, we have the picture of the high-level African counter-terrorism meeting that took place yesterday in Abuja with past presidents in attendance. Above that, we have in historic move, NEC transfers regulatory oversight to Enugu Electricity Commission. Says controlled regulators to determine tariffs for residents. Ex-British envoy urges Nigeria to reject IMF's projected low economic ranking. Above the masthead of this day, DMO, Nigeria working on details of proposed dollar-denominated local bond. Naira dips to 1,250 naira per dollar at parallel market, 1,234 per dollar official market. President, state policing will address demands of various Nigerian communities. This is the fallout of the high-level African counter-terrorism meeting that took place yesterday in Abuja. Of course, it's the outcome that is gracing the covers of national dailies today in Nigeria. So for continuation of headline stories in this day, log on to the website www.thisdaylive.com. And from this day, we move to the last paper we have on our menu for review, and that is The Punch. The Punch today is punching with no Nigerian shopper, Chinese operator risk sanctions as federal government shuts Abuja supermarket. No Nigerian shopper, Chinese operator risk sanctions as federal government shuts Abuja supermarket. Consumer Agency plans Wednesday tribunal says CCTV footage shows owner fled Monday morning. Federal government identifies fleeing operator. Punch investigation reveals Lagos Indian school bars Nigerians. And beneath that main headline story, we also have pictures for the story as a FCCPC officials at a Chinese supermarket located at the China General Chamber of Commerce along Umaru Musa Yaradua Road in the Federal Capital Territory on Monday. We can see the FCCPC officials sealing the said supermarket that discriminates against Nigerians. Beneath that, autumn's fumes as Elia alleges state aircraft missing. 5 children die in abandoned car in Niger. I almost pronounced it as Niger. 5 children die in abandoned car in Niger. 2 Boko Haram IED experts surrender. Troops destroy Iswap bakery. Beside the masthead of the Punch, Naira rebound. Rice falls to 67,000 Naira in Lagos. Abuja cheaper at borders. Above the masthead of the Punch, Tinubu blames illegal mining for terrorism funding. Federal government to unbundle 11 discos, order sale of 4. IG warns of governors' excesses as federal government insists on state police. And of course, with this, we conclude the review of the Punch newspaper today, Tuesday, April 23, 2024. And incidentally, that also brings us to the end of your breakfast show on Leadership Television Inside Nigeria. Fortunately, we don't have a guest in the house today. Of course, same time, same station. Tomorrow is another day. My name is Winifred Webo, asking you to lock on this frequency as we bring you more news from this television. See you then. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080 3688 61